Hey there, my friends. Welcome. I'm so thrilled to be here with you today. How's your day going? I hope you're feeling ready to dive into something we all know too well. That moment when you're listening to English, maybe a song, a movie, or even one of my videos, and you're like, yes, I totally get this. You're nodding along, catching the meaning, maybe even smiling at a joke. But then, when it's time to open your mouth and say something in English, it's like your brain says, nope, I'm on vacation. The words get stuck, or they come out in a jumble and you're left thinking, why is this so hard? If that sounds like you, don't worry, you're in great company. Today, we're going to unpack why it's so easy to understand English but so tricky to speak it, and I'm going to share some fun, practical ways to get those words flowing. So, grab a cozy spot, maybe a cup of tea, and let's get started on your journey to speaking English with confidence. I want to start by saying this. If you can understand English even a little, you're already doing something amazing. That's a huge step. Now, we just need to help you take that understanding and turn it into speaking. I've been there myself. When I was learning a new language, I'd listen and think I was ready, but speaking felt like climbing a mountain. So, let's break it down together and make that mountain feel like a gentle hill. Part 1. Why speaking feels so challenging. Let's start with the big question. Why does speaking English feel so much harder than understanding it? There are a few reasons, and I promise, they're all completely normal. First up, there's something called the listening-speaking gap. When you learn a language, your ability to understand, what we call listening or reading, grows faster than your ability to produce, like speaking or writing. Here's why. When you're listening, you're like a detective. You pick up clues from the speaker's tone, context, or even a few key words, and your brain pieces together the meaning. You don't need to understand every word to get the idea. For example, if I say, yesterday, I went to a cafe and had a delicious coffee, you might miss delicious, but still know I'm talking about coffee at a cafe. The speaker does all the hard work, choosing words, building sentences, pronouncing them. But when you speak, you're the one in charge. You have to find the right words, put them in order, use grammar, and say it all clearly, all in a split second. It's like juggling while riding a bike. It takes practice. Another reason is fear. Be honest. Does the thought of speaking English make you a little nervous? Maybe you're worried about saying something wrong. You think, what if I sound silly? What if people don't understand me? Or maybe you want to sound perfect, like your favorite English-speaking actor. I totally get it. Let me share a quick story. When I was learning Spanish, I once tried to order food at a restaurant and accidentally said, "Can you make it quick?" like a turtle, instead of, "Can you make it quick?" The waiter laughed, but not in a mean way. He thought it was funny, and we ended up chatting more. That mistake didn't stop me. It taught me to keep trying. Mistakes aren't failures. They're stepping stones. Finally, you might not have had enough chances to practice speaking. If you mostly listen to English through videos, music, or podcasts, you're training your ears, but not your mouth. It's like watching someone lift weights. You can see how it's done, but until you pick up the dumbbells yourself, your muscles won't get stronger. If you don't have many people to talk to in English, or if you feel shy, it's natural that speaking feels tough. But don't worry, we're about to change that. Part 2. Shifting your mindset for success. Before we jump into some hands-on tips, let's talk about how you think about speaking English. Your mindset can make a huge difference, so let's reframe a few things. First, let's talk about mistakes again, because they're a big deal. Mistakes are not a sign that you're bad at English. They're proof that you're learning. Think about a baby learning to walk. They stumble, they fall, but every fall teaches them how to balance. Speaking English is the same. Every time you say something and it's not quite right, your brain is taking notes, saying, "Okay, next time, let's try it this way." So, instead of thinking, "Oh no, I messed up," try saying, "Nice, I just learned something." It's a small shift, but it's powerful. Next, let's redefine what good speaking means. You don't need to sound like a native speaker to communicate. Language is about sharing ideas, not being perfect. If you can say, "I want water," and someone brings you water, that's a win. If you can tell a friend, "I like your shirt," and they smile, that's a win. One of my students once said, "I told my boss, meeting good," instead of "the meeting was good," and he understood me perfectly. Focus on getting your message across, not on sounding like a movie star. And one last thing, be kind to yourself. Learning to speak English is a journey, and journeys take time. You wouldn't expect to run a marathon after one day of training, right? Every time you practice, you're getting stronger, even if you don't see it right away. Celebrate the little moments, like when you say a sentence without hesitating or when you use a new word. Those moments add up. Part 3. 5 practical tips to speak with confidence. All right, now let's get to the fun part. How can you start speaking English more confidently? I'm going to share 5 practical tips that you can try right now. These are simple, free, and work for any level. Tip 1. Shadowing. Shadowing is when you listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say, copying their words, tone, and rhythm. It's like training your mouth to move like an English speaker's. Here's how. Find a short clip, maybe a 20-second scene from a show like The Office or a podcast you like. Listen to one sentence, pause, and repeat it exactly. For example, if the speaker says, "I'm going to the store to buy some milk," you say it too, matching their speed and vibe. Practice for 5 to 10 minutes a day. Start with slow speakers, like a kid's cartoon, and work up to faster ones. Let's try it now. Repeat after me. "I'm learning to speak English and I'm doing great." Go ahead, say it out loud. Shadowing is like a warm-up for your speaking muscles. Tip 2. Talk to yourself. This might sound a little silly, but it's one of the best ways to practice. Talking to yourself lets you experiment with English without anyone judging you. Try this. Narrate your day out loud. For example, while making breakfast, say, "I'm pouring cereal. The milk is cold." Describe what's around you. If you're at a park, say, "I see green grass and a big tree." Share your feelings. For example, "I'm excited to learn English today." Do this for 5 minutes a day, maybe while cooking or walking. It's like practicing a speech in front of a mirror. No pressure, just you and your words. Tip 3. Find a conversation partner. Speaking with someone else is the ultimate practice. Luckily, English is so popular that there are people everywhere who want to chat. Here's how to start. Use apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or Italki to connect with native speakers or other learners. You can send voice messages or have short calls. Look for local language meetups or online groups. Many are free and full of friendly people. Keep it simple. Try saying, "Hi, I'm practicing English. What's your favorite food?" You don't need a long conversation, just a few sentences. It might feel scary at first, but every chat makes you braver. People love helping learners, so don't be shy. Tip 4. Record yourself. Recording yourself is a great way to build confidence and track your progress. Here's how. Pick a sentence or two, like, "My name is your name, and I'm learning English." Record it on your phone. Or talk about your day for 30 seconds. "Today, I went to work and ate a sandwich for lunch." Listen back and focus on what you did well. Maybe your R sound was clear or you said a full sentence. Don't be hard on yourself. The goal is to get comfortable with your voice and see how you improve over time. Tip 5. Use sentence starters. Sometimes, starting a sentence is the hardest part. Try using simple sentence starters to get going. Here are a few. I think, e.g., I think the weather is nice today. I like, e.g., I like listening to music. I want, e.g., I want to learn more English. Practice these out loud and mix in your own words. For example, right now, say, "I want to speak English confidently." Try. These starters are like training wheels. They help you start rolling. Final encouragement and call to action. Wow, my friends, we've covered so much today. You're already amazing at understanding English, and now you have 5 awesome tools to start speaking with confidence. Don't let fear or perfectionism stop you. Make mistakes, laugh, and keep practicing. You've got this. Here's my challenge. Pick one tip: shadowing, talking to yourself, finding a partner, recording, or using sentence starters, and try it today. Just one small step. I'm cheering for you, and I can't wait to hear about your progress. Thanks for hanging out with me. Keep shining, keep speaking, and I'll see you next time. Bye.